Coach Rye here. Today, we're going to get into NPC Nationals Bikini. We're going to look at the class that contains the overall winner and 2 pro card winners. We're going to break down the criteria, ultimately what it means for you if you want to be competing in Bikini 2026 and doing good on stage. I'm going to break it down for you step by step so you'll know exactly what you need to do to go all the way to stage. First and foremost, so I got to tell you about this real quick. Coach Rye's competitor roadmap experience, the best experience I've ever delivered to anybody in this, since I've been doing this, and it's free. Okay. This is an awesome thing. We launched it last week. People have been raving about it, and you can still get in here right now. We're offering this as, 7 days experience for basically take you from where you are now to where you need to be as a competitor. In-depth physique analysis, daily check-ins, custom training, competitor analysis, custom nutrition, your stage readiness score, and you'll get also a personalized 12-month roadmap from me, made by me, tells you exactly what to do, what phases you need to do, how you need to do it, and execute on it. I mean, it's awesome. And it's the best thing we've ever done, period. And it's free, so you can check that out. Go to teamfflex.com/roadmap, or the link is in the description. You can literally set it up in just 2 minutes, and then I'll see you on the other side. We could be already setting yours up with you by the time that you're done watching my video here, okay? So let's get down to it. We're talking about NPC Bikini and, pro card winners today, the criteria. This is, the last most recent national event we have. This really does set the tone a lot for the criteria going into 2026 and what judges are looking for. So on this screen, we have Roxana. She's the one that won this class. This is Class D. She also won the overall here. So she earned her pro card, won the overall. Over here, we have Allison. She has also taken second place in this class and won her pro card. And then third place, we have over here, Valerie, okay? And we're going to look at these 3 for starts, and we'll move down into the rest of the top 5 here shortly. As we know, Bikini is all about hourglass shape. The better hourglass you can create, the better you're going to do on stage, and that is for every single level, whether it be your first competition, your 50th, you're already a pro, whatever it is. I promise you, the more that you can enhance that hourglass look, the better you're going to do. So if we look at Roxana here, we can see she has good shape to the delts, good fullness, good development for sure. You can see that creates that upper width that we're always talking about that really does start the frame for a bikini competitor, okay? And that's not too big. That's not too small. It's not looking like figure where it's large. It's not looking like fit model where it's a bit under. It's looking right on par for where it should be for bikini, just enough to create that shape, just enough to enhance that width. And then, virtually we want to move on to the midsection. So she's got a very narrow waist. That does help a lot, right? Because what it does instantly for judges' eyes is create a very dramatic V-tapered look. And that, again, signifies, okay, this is a lot of that hourglass shape going on here. One thing I do want to note also is her lats, right? So we can actually see her lats from the front here a bit. Lats are not a huge focus in bikini, but it is one of those things where if you have wide lats and you've trained them right and you got this look going, super narrow waist, you can really enhance that tapered look because it almost takes the shoulders and it sweeps it in, and then it makes her waist look even smaller. So she's really got that going for her there. Very narrow waist, a lot of good width up top, not overdone. Biceps and triceps, they're on point for where you want to be in this division. Nothing too distracting. Now, when we look to lower body, what we should see is that symmetry, that development, everything kind of matches what's going on up top. And we do. We can definitely see some fullness to the glutes, the upper glute development, definitely there. Really key and critical for all you bikini competitors. Focus on that upper glute. Make sure you're executing it right. If you don't have it, it will show up, and it will definitely show up on national stages, okay? Looking lower body-wise, we should see good symmetry from the quads and the hamstrings. The development's there, but it's really not distracting from the glutes. And pretty much everything matches up, down, left, and right in a symmetrical way to create a perfect hourglass bikini look. Now, conditioning, right? Conditioning is the next thing. Everybody always thinks you got to be super lean, chasing the shreds, lean as possible. Well, this is, again, not looking ultra super lean. This is looking to be very conditioned, very on par with this division, but we're not seeing six-pack lines and things like that. We're not seeing splits in the quads. We're not seeing separations up here. What we are seeing is some soft lines, some separation in those muscle groups, but nothing that is too dramatic, veiny, grainy, shredded to the bone, which I know a lot of bikini competitors want to focus on. Ultimately, from the front, what we can see here with a pro card winner and also the overall winner, is that she brought a lot of good shape. She's got a really killer hourglass look, and she brought conditioning that was tight and right where it should be. It's not overdone, though. It's not over muscled, and it's not over shredded. This is, again, really where bikini's been moving. And now if we move out, we're going to take a look over here at Allison. So Allison, second place, she also wins her pro card. Instantly, what I will note for you, okay, bigger shoulders, right? So we can see there's more shoulder development there, bigger in the delts, and, she's taking second in this class. She's not winning the overall. She definitely has bigger shoulders than Roxana does here, and that is a noted factor. In fact, I would say she's just a little bit more muscular overall. She does have that great lat sweep, good tight midsection. Everything tapers in well, good lower body balance. For her, what I can see instantly, though, looking right, is glutes are a little bit under compared to what the quads are doing here. And the hamstrings, she's looking a little bit underdeveloped in the glute there. That upper glute, like I just mentioned, not as filled out as Roxana's, right? These are major things that, especially at this level, show up. I mean, granted, she's still getting a pro card, awesome physique, awesome job, but the highlight the differences between those placings and what that really means as far as judging criteria goes, it's worth noting that those are big markers, right? She also does appear to be a bit leaner. We can see some shreds in the quads. We see some lines here and things like that. She's just a little bit tighter, a little bit more muscular, still pulling an IFBB Pro look. Fantastic look where everything is hourglass, everything is symmetrical. But those are the points, she would focus on moving on into the Pro League and going on in there, maybe even bringing a little bit of a softer look, a little bit less muscle up top. Those things tend to happen as you go, but really it all depends where the feedback lands. If we look over here at Valerie, she's taking third in this class. As we start to move down, third, fourth, fifth, we get to see a little bit more what that criteria really states. Again, first thing I see is big shoulders. So she definitely got a lot more of that shoulder development than even Roxana does, right? So far out of the top three, Roxana, the overall winner, pro card winner, has the smallest shoulders of this group, right? So we are seeing that kind of play out as one of those things where, it's a message. Those are what judges are saying. They're saying this is what's in, this is what we want to see, this is what we favor more, especially with an overall win over, others at the event. So we can see here she's got good shoulder shape, a little bit big, tapers in pretty well at the midsection, lower body, upper glute again, not really showcasing as well here, right? She does have good glute fullness, but the quads seem to be taking most of the show when we're looking at the symmetry. And that's exactly what judges are looking for in this front post. They're looking at that symmetry right there. Let's go to the back, though. The full story is always told here. And when we get over here, we can see, okay, yet again, some clear differences, some clear similarities, some things that make sense, and probably some things where you're like, okay, well, what's going on? And that's the difference of criteria, right? So we can see here, Roxana, overall winner, and everything with that, the class winner, pro card winner that comes with it. She has good overall hourglass shape, good symmetry. I mean, she is probably the most symmetrical from the back here in this group. Not a ton of shoulders showing. You'll see that. That's again because they're not as developed as some of the others in this group or at this event, right? So again, an indicator, don't be overdoing the shoulders in bikini division, all right? Especially 2026. Fit models in play now. There's a lot of different things that are shifting in these criteria a little bit right now with fit model, with wellness, with bikini, and it's going to a more attainable look in a lot of ways and not an over muscle, not over big look. And that's what we're seeing play out across the board. And I think here with this placing as well. So she still has a good taper in at the midsection there. That showcases that V tapered look. Upper glute fully rounded out and developed. So again, that was one of the things we noted from the front. We're seeing it here, 3D development in the hamstrings, in the glutes, creating that tie-in, slight separation. And she has a good balance between the quads and hams. For her going in the pro leagues, things she'll want to work on and bring up is going to be bringing up more glutes to make sure that it's, her quads are not getting overpowered, bringing up probably the shoulders just a little bit. But right here, this is where you win at the top of the NPC. This is how you win. This is how you get to go to that pro league. And, she's the overall winner. So great overall physique, not too tight, not too muscular. That brings it into play for the overall win. Looking over here at Allison, we do see instantly more shoulder development. Like I said, she's got rear delts popping, things like this. Her lateral delts side delts, in other words, looking a lot bigger. She has good symmetry overall, though. Tapers in, brings it down. The difference for me here, you know, she is showing tighter, which isn't bad. She's still winning that pro card. It's where she should be. But, you know, we do see that the glute's just a little bit under, I think, compared. Upper glute needs some more work. Overall glute density needs to kind of bring it out more, get more of that 3D effect, more of that pop look there. And that's really going to favor her greatly. And I also think her conditioning just a little bit too hard, maybe just a little bit. And sometimes at the top, when you're at, you know, nationals, NPC nationals, things like this, it is just micro little tweaks you make. And, you know, those are the only differences. But again, she wins that pro card. So she's showcasing very, very well. Looking now at Valerie, what we can see, she's got, you know, good development in the shoulders, tapers in, lower body. Again, this is one of those things where the lower body's looking, those quads are looking pretty heavy here. It's showcasing a lot more. The upper glute is flattened. It's a little bit more depleted. She has good tie-in showcasing, but overall, I think a little bit more muscular in the upper body. A little bit imbalance in the lower body with the quads coming through there, balancing that out, bringing that, you know, down the upper body a bit. Those are the things that really can change a lot for placing on stage. And here we go into fourth and fifth. So let's take a look now. This is where, again, you get to see a little bit bigger of that gap. And by the way, if you need help figuring this out, remember on the roadmap, it's free. I'm doing full physique analysis. I can break it down for you just like this, right? Like where I tell you, hey, here's what you need to work on with shoulders, with glutes. Here's what's going on. Here's why it's happening. It's free. Go check that out. All right. So Brittany here, fourth place. And then over here in fifth, we have Reagan. Okay. So let's take a look at these two. So, you know, Brittany, instantly what I see, good overall shoulder shape, tapers in pretty well. You know, could be some posing stuff to work on here with this pose, you know, but that's okay. Everything kind of showcases still pretty well. She just does not have that same level of muscularity, you can tell, right? And sometimes it's going to be more down to development at this point, but everything's tapering in here. Everything's showcasing pretty well in the lower body, not at the same level of development though. So good shape, probably needs more development. Conditioning looks pretty on point from this position, but more development is really going to be key. And if we look over here at Reagan, what we can really see instantly, a lot of shoulders, even some traps, right? The traps become a problem a lot of times for bikini competitors. You really want to make sure you're prioritizing the shoulders, not overdoing the traps. And sometimes the traps are taking over in a lot of exercises, especially depending on programming. But she's got a pretty big upper body look, right? And she has still a great taper in. Everything is good here, but it makes the lower body look a little bit under. The glute, upper glute, overall glute development is not really showcasing the same. It's not at that same level. And, you know, again, that makes it look a little bit upper body dominant. And that's really what we end up seeing as a bigger, you know, bigger factor in these divisions at this point. From the back, a lot of similarities, clear differences as well, right? We can see Brittany here. She's got good overall shoulder shape, tapers in pretty well. Lower body, everything is showcasing good there. But again, not on the same level of muscularity, not on the same level of development. Conditioning maybe even needs to be just a little bit tighter there as well. Looking over at Reagan, she had that pretty big upper body from the front, but, you know, from the back, it's all kind of the opposite. Her glutes look like a little bit more overpowering here from this position. So some symmetry stuff going on in her physique, right? Which is, again, a lot of what you see, especially at the top level. Those asymmetries really do stand out on stage next to other class winners, other overall winners, other, you know, athletes. She's got great structure, but rebalancing with the glutes and the shoulders and everything else doing in the traps, all that would be a huge advantage to her to be able to move up placings. Keep in mind, for the sake of the videos, everybody here has done a great job, and I give props to all these ladies for stepping on stage and especially getting top 5, just trying to highlight, you know, a little bit more what the criteria is, where things are heading, and what it means for you. And ultimately, if you need more help than that, you need more than just these videos, no better place to get it than to come over here, hang out on the roadmap. This is free. And, you know, it is flying. People are loving it. I'm getting messages all day, every day, like, this is amazing. This is better than what I've been getting with my coach. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, yeah, it's free. Come check it out. Thank you for watching. Coach Ryan is out.